She physically attacked me. She was screaming and cursing, and she came and pulled my hair.
You've got a daughter who controls your house, breaks her boyfriend's nose, terrorizes kids at school, grabs you by the hair. What do you say to yourself about having this situation in your life?
It's kind of tough to describe. I mean, it just really hurts. And the scariest thing is what is it going to take? Is it going to take she gets shot, she gets stabbed, or worse, she does it to someone else? How could I get her to realize how this can ruin her whole life?
Well, Tiffany, you don't look like a bully, but you are, and you admit that, right?
Yeah.
Well, I want to ask you, I just want to ask you how that's working for you, but I have a sneaking suspicion that you would say, hey, it's working for me. That nobody's picking on me, they're leaving me alone, I'm the one that takes it to them.
Yeah.
So what gives you the right to pick on other kids?
I don't know.
You said to our producers that I, in fact, pick on weaker kids because I think it's funny. So at some point, you're sitting there and you say to yourself, I got the right to do this, or I'm claiming the right to do this. What is it? What is it that goes through your mind that says, that's funny?
Just like I said, I'd rather it be them than me.
Yeah.
But you told me, you said, I look over there, because you say you don't just get in fights with them. You bully them by calling them names and making fun of them. And you say, when I'm deciding who I'm going to do that to, the thought goes through my mind, when I get in a fight with them, will I win?
So you're not afraid they're going to pick on you. You're picking somebody you know you can dominate, right?
Yeah.
So you think that's a reasonable way to be?
No. I mean, I know it's not right, but I don't know, there's just something inside of me. I don't know what it is.
Have you had this conversation with her?
Many, many times.
And what do you think?
Her father and I divorced when she was young. She was 3. And I've wondered, is that the root cause? Did I not show her enough love? Did I not tell her enough? Did I give her too much attention? Did I not give her enough attention? What did I do?
But how old are you?
I'll be 19 on Saturday.
You'll be 19 on Saturdays, and so you're making your choices. You're picking this, right? Mm-hmm. She's choosing this, and whatever may have happened in the past, you're making those choices now. Are you proud of the choices after the fact? Do you like strut around and say, I'm like a big deal?
Yeah.
So you get a payoff for it. And I'm going to tell you, everybody at home, everybody here, let me kill a misperception right now. Because the misperception that most people have is that bullies are really low self-esteem, and so they're doing this to build their self-esteem, and that is not true. Research tells us that they are extremely high self-esteem people, they are arrogant people, and they get constantly fed by all of these people who kowtow to them because they're afraid they'll become the next target. You're doing this because you're getting away with it. Mm-hmm. You're getting away with it. Nobody's ever just jerked a knot in your tail to the point that you thought, I better think about what I do. You're from Texas, aren't you? Mm-hmm. I can't believe somebody out there just hadn't knocked you out of next week. Seriously. What are you trying to prove? What do you think you get out of this when you dominate somebody?
Just whatever they're saying or whatever they're doing, just it won't happen anymore. That they won't talk about me. They won't.
All right, hold that thought. We'll be right back. We're talking about why children bully each other and how it changes who they really are when this happens. How do you want people to feel about you?
I want them to like me. I want them to, be my friend.
Really? Mm-hmm. Do you want them to be afraid of you?
No.
Do you equate that with respect? If they're afraid of you, they're not going to mess with me.
Yeah.
But is it possible that they wouldn't want to mess with you because they liked you or admired you? Because, I mean, I've always found that respect is something that you command rather than something that you demand. You can command it by who you are. You cannot demand it by I'll beat the crap out of you if you don't. And I'm just wondering if you really know what people think about you when you're not there. You want them to say they like you?
Because I talk to a school full of kids, not about you, but about girls like you, and that's not what they say behind your back.
Why did you come here today?
I know I have a problem with my anger, with taking it out on people in the wrong way, or taking it out on people, period. And I just want a better way to deal with it.
We're going to talk to kids from all around the country that have been bullied here today. You're going to hear what they think. You're going to hear how they feel in dealing with someone like you. And then we're going to talk about this, because I have a strong sense that you do have this sense of entitlement, this sense of just unrealistic expectancy that everything is supposed to go just perfect and just click right along for you because the whole universe revolves around you. But it doesn't revolve around you, and you are playing with fire. Because I'll guarantee you, you're going to grab a hold of somebody that's a whole lot harder to turn loose of than they were to grab onto. And when it happens, it can get really ugly when you take it to the level you're taking it to, and as often as you do. Next, we'll meet a mother of a boy who says her son was brutally bullied and beaten, and no one would listen until it ended tragically.
When he was brutally beaten, that day, I knew he was never going to be the same. Brandon kept insisting, "I'll be all right, Mom. I'll be all right." He wasn't.
My next guests are painfully aware of the effects of bullying. Kathy's son Brandon was brutally tormented and beaten by a group of boys at his school. 2 years ago, when he was just 18, bullying took a tragic, tragic toll.
Brandon had so much courage until he lost all hope. And then he ended his pain. Brandon was real energetic. He was so excited about the future. And he loved playing with his brother.
He was great. He'd always make you very uplifted when you're around him, happy.
When Brandon got in high school, it started with the name calling. They would shove him back and forth in the hallway. He was hit in the back of the head time and time again. I felt helpless as a mother. It ended with a brutal beating in the school cafeteria. I knew he was never going to be the same. I knew it was never going to be all right. 3 weeks later, Brandon was dead. Brandon had used a .357 Magnum. When I saw him laying there like that, the first thought that went through my mind is he looks on the outside now like he has felt on the inside for so long.
Now, you listened to the tape pieces that Jay had at the school, and you listened to me talk to Tiffany.
Yes.
And I watched you responding when you listened to Tiffany talk. And she doesn't get it, does she?
No, Tiffany, you don't get it.
Come here. Come with me. You know, I think the thing is that makes some of this so tragic is that people really don't understand the gravity of their actions. And I want you to look at her right now, and I want you to tell her what she doesn't get. Look her in the eye and wake her up.
First of all, what I don't understand is why you think you have a right to torment, to torture, to make other kids' lives a living hell. That's what happened to Brandon. I had this happy, healthy, loving, wonderful child who was injured so traumatically by people like you. I always told my children, your rights end where another's rights begin. Brandon couldn't get it why people wanted to put so much effort into tormenting him. Would have been so easy to just leave him alone. And that's what I don't get either. I don't hate people like you.
What do you want her to do?
I want you to have empathy and compassion and think of how you would feel. If you don't care about these victims, do you care about your mother? Look at your mother. Look at what she's going through. If these people hated Brandon so badly, did they hate me? Did they hate Daniel? Did they hate his girlfriend, his grandparents? All of us have forever been changed by this. When you're tormenting these children, it's impacting more than just them. And you're messing up your life too. You can't feel good inside about what you're doing. I think I said to our school district, all these kids need help, even the bullies. I don't want to throw any of them away. They need intervention. We can't have people just sitting back doing nothing.
I want you to look at her right now, and I want you to tell her, look at her. I want you to tell her, if you need help, get it, but leave us alone.
If you need help, get it, but leave us alone.
Tiffany, we started the show with you at the very beginning. Has anything happened here that clicks in your mind that says, I don't have the right to be doing this anymore?
Her story.
Tell me what you heard from her.
I didn't realize how bad it can get, how bad it affects the kids, just even saying something, not having to do anything physically.
Wonder what would happen if you used all of that energy, all of that strength, all of the tools that you have to go put an arm around some of those kids instead of going the other direction. I think that might be a good and reasonable use of who you are and what you have to offer.
Yeah.
All right. I challenge all of you to help stamp out bullying now. Don't just tell yourself, hey, it's just part of growing up. Kids are cruel. That's not true. Get involved. Protect your children. Stand by your children and require your school to do the things that they need to do. I appreciate you being here. Jay wrote about this in his book, Life Strategies for Teens, and we put a copy under everybody's chair here today, so none of y'all have any excuses. All right, thanks for being here. So long.